Hello, my name is Paulina Enoksson, and I'm working at the Swedish Forest Agency as a project manager for Rikare Skog. And I will present the topic competence to order and try to convince you that this is something that the customer should be learning, the customers who don't have the competence already. The concept competence is mostly used as something that a person or perhaps a company possesses. The concept competence to order involves both the buyer and the seller, and the competence develops in the interaction between them. Both actions and choices are influenced by the other party, and the relationship that they develop is important for the outcome. The buyer who's ordering is, in this case, the forest owner, since this is about forest-related services. And the seller is the contractor or the company who provides the services. To order or buy a service is in some ways different from ordering or buying goods. The service is, once it's being produced, also consumed at the same moment. Further, the forest industry is very diverse. The starting point for each individual forest stand differs in many ways, and the long time frame in forestry, together with the possible impact of so many different factors in the surroundings, makes it hard to figure out what the ordered service will really lead to in the future. It's not possible to look into the future and to compare what the different choices leads to, in fact, and to pick the best option and order it. But it is possible to imagine them, and that takes competence, background facts, and subject knowledge to make the imagining be as close to the truth as possible. And what I mean is that it's of even greater importance to be competent when ordering services for the forest than ordering other services. Added to all this, there's also a large individual difference between forest owners, their conditions and the goals that they set with their forestry. The service provided from the company contains both the actual forestry service, such as cleaning, planting, and thinning, and the perceived value that both the entrepreneur and the forest owner get from the business collaboration, a combination of tangible and intangible nature. Forest owners have the ultimate responsibility for what measures are carried out in the forest and how the measures are carried out. Theoretically, the forest owners also have great opportunities to control and influence the development of their forest. In practice, some forest owners hand over that decision-making to the contractor through a conscious choice for various reasons. A forest owner can choose different levels of commitment in their forestry and still be defined active. If decisions that affect the development of the forest end up with the contractor without the forest owner being aware of it, then it's often a question of the order being unclear or deficient, or that the communication is deficient. There's a big risk for disappointment in this case. And to be able to put the goals with the forest into practice, the forest owners need the competence to order. Competent ordering of forestry services is an effective way for the forest owner to take responsibility and reach the goals with their forest. Competence to order means that the forest owner possesses sufficient expertise to understand the meaning and the value of what is ordered. When the competent forest owner and the company sign a contract, the forest owner will know what is planned to happen in the forest and what may affect the outcome, both in terms of the biological and forestry aspects and in terms of the economy. The customer and the contractor will have the same vision of what the forest will look like after the measure, and for the company, competence to order increases the chance of getting satisfied customers who return the next time it's time to act. To achieve customer satisfaction, the company needs to deliver what the forest owner expects and values. Due to the large variation in possible expectations, both the company and the customer can save time and energy in the long run if they invest some extra time and energy in the beginning and manage to develop a long-term good relationship. When the forest owner's overall values, goals, and expectations are well known by the company, and the conditions the company has for carrying out the measure as desired is known by the forest owner, it becomes easier for them to formulate an agreement for the specific measure. And a well-formulated agreement, which is based on all significant factors with an impact on the performance of the measure, increases the chance that both parties will be satisfied, leading to more collaboration in the future, leading to more understanding of each other's values and conditions, leading to more collaboration, and so on. So the mutual understanding and learning relationship is part of the increase in competence to order services. The minimum of knowledge to be able to carry out a competent order for a forestry measure is knowledge of the current situation and the target picture for the intended measure. In addition, this needs to be communicated with the company who provides the service. The list of knowledge that is useful for increasing customer competence is long and includes everything that affects the development of the forest towards the target picture at different levels. For example, timber production, ecosystem services, economy, environmental values, cultural values, social values, the Forest Management Act, knowledge and awareness of risks that the forest may suffer from. A good initial position for being able to order is to have formulated goals with the forest ownership. It's important to have both overall goals and goals at the stock level. Results of studies within this project shows that increased knowledge of forest management gives forest owners increased confidence in decision-making regarding the forest, which makes them more confident in ordering forest-related services. They get increased competence to order. Beside expertise, a clear goal is a good start, and the forestry plan facilitates decision-making. Already through a clear goal expressed in the forestry plan, communication begins between the forest owner and the contractor of forest orders, future orders. The company who gets to do the forest plan has an excellent opportunity to start the communication with the forest owner and start to build a long-lasting relationship. The company could take this opportunity to include inspiration for competence to order in the forestry plan, and thereby lay the foundation for a long-term trust-based relationship between forest owners and the company. It's necessary for the forest owner to relate to laws and regulations, environmental certification, buyers and sales methods, timber price, and in some way. Many forest owners can be assumed to be grateful for getting help in this matter. Guiding the forest owner with the forestry competence that the company possesses, the company can help forest owners to formulate their goals in a realistic way. This will be a help both to the forest owner and to the company, who can identify services that the forest owner wishes for and find out what the forest owner values the most. By understanding what the forest owner values, the company can design services that the forest owner will appreciate and remember. There is a lot to be won by providing forest owners different kinds of activities through which they can increase their competence to order. The customer's competence will simplify the communication between the forest company and the forest owner and help to avoid misunderstanding, disappointments, and customer loss. The interested and competent forest owner talks to several performers and compares prices and services. The company should be responsive to the customer's needs and serve them the opportunity to work for the goals they have set up. Trust is a good foundation for a good relationship and a rewarding collaboration. Trust-building communication includes an easy-to-read and detailed documentation over the order. To be transparent and involve the forest owner in the content of the contract and the functions behind also develops trust. Their important wishes should be entered in the contract. Another document of great importance is the compartment instructions written to the person or persons who do the practical work in the forest. Since this is the base in the communication with that team, reading this document is sometimes the forest owner's last chance to react if there has been any misunderstanding along the way. And after the measure, the forest owner might want to see the result from the systematic follow-up with the test areas from the work. And the company can also inspire the customers to make their own follow-up as soon as possible after action has been taken, and teach them different ways of performing this follow-up themselves. It can be difficult for new forest owners to gain understanding of what services are available as there are so many actors and so much of information. Results from pilot studies within this project shows that forest owners appreciate and values discussions with professionals, but also very much with other forest owners. It can help them to navigate among all the available services, which are not always well designed and marketed. In an online forest mentorship event, the new or unexperienced forest owners were interested in discussing with more experienced forest owners. And for example, they learned about the available forest services and the possibilities to manage their forest. Peer learning can activate new or unexperienced forest owners to purchase forest services. This kind of communication gives forest owners many possibilities to make the decisions by themselves. They can receive valuable information without any pressure to order services. The company could arrange meetings or peer learning workshops of this kind to help potential customers to acquire competence to order.